Assalamu alaikum students. So today we are going to start a third chapter of health psychology. And the chapter title is the psychology of health and illness. So basically in this chapter we are going to focus on what are the factors like including biological, social, environmental factors that contribute or play their role into illness. So first slide is about the objectives that you are going to learn from this chapter. Psychology of health and illness. So basically it's about like what are the psychological factors which affect your health and that causes like illness. So it's basically about the way people think, like their thoughts, emotions, and behavior. Uh, and also, this chapter will focus on biopsychosocial model. And this biopsychosocial model, it basically, its emphasis on there are several factors. It's a biological, psychological, and social factor which play their role in illness and health. And it is coming from the bio model, like it's the advanced form of biological model. The biological model was solely focused on biological factors, and apart from that it was like completely missing on the factors related to psychology and sociology. So, psychophysiological disorders, these are also called as psychosomatic disorders, and its definition is physical illness which are actually caused or worsened by psychological factors, especially stress. So, basically, all the diseases, all the illnesses which start like its onset is because of some stress, and then it start affecting you physically. So, for example, with blood pressure, in other words, like it's also called as hypertension. It's very common among our like elders. You have seen that people who get really angry a lot, or those who remain stressful, they are like suffering from blood pressure issues. Then asthma, and then peptic ulcers, lot of ulcers like stomach ulcer, ulcerative intestinal ulcers. So all of these their onset begins because of the stress, this depression and anxiety. So these are the contributing factors. Chronic stress and anxiety. So this is about like how the consistent or the long-term stress or anxiety lead to the health issues. So basically, I will explain this hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis in the upcoming slide. So personality traits. There are different personality traits. There are personality traits who don't have much, who don't get bothered by the issues or stresses around, but there are people who are very sensitive, who get like start to suffer from stress like very quickly, very immediately. So there are like this is type A personality. Those people are very aggressive people, very passionate people, and they want everything to be in a perfectionistic manner, like they want their assignment to be done in a 100% like perfect way, and they are sort of like impatient person, like they people don't have really tolerance. So these sort of people, like they are the ones who suffer from heart diseases. Then type B personality, they people are sort of calm people, like relaxed, and they don't really get tension or stress quickly. Unresolved psychological conflicts, basically there are a lot of things that we try to suppress within ourselves, lot of issues that we don't want to talk about, and we try to suppress them. So, and those issues, those tensions and stressors, they don't really get suppressed only within us. That, for example, you are going through some issue, and you think that you will try to suppress that by not sharing it with your parents or any like trustworthy people around you, and you think that you are able to overcome those issues. It's not like that. That suppressed, that hidden emotions that you are trying to hide from the people are going to stress you, are going to show up in any way. be it your physical health issues, like for example you start getting headache, it start affecting your eyesight, or it raises your blood sugar, blood pressure, or in any way. So all of these suppressed emotions do affect you. Acha, फिर it comes environmental and social factors. So beta, of course, like poverty, work related stress, lack of social support where you don't have like very supportive people around you, or any sort of trauma that you get. So these factors also result in stress, which ultimately start affecting your physical health. Mechanism of psychophysiological disorders. So basically it's about how it happens, why psychological factors contribute to physiological, means your bodily issues. Why? Because of stress you start getting headache. Why? Because of stress you start getting ulcers. Why? Because of stress you start getting blood pressure, blood sugar. So here we are going to learn about the mechanism, and beta, this is one of the very important questions related to your midterm. So what happens, like we start like started from the thoughts, we start thinking about something in a specific way. तो ब्रेन जो है ना बेटा, it start perceiving environment or the things as a threat. Threat means like something very much uh, discomforting, or something very severe will happen that you will not be able to manage. So what it happens further, but it activates sympathetic nervous system. And I'm sure, like in the, you guys know that from the previous chapters, that this autonomic nervous system has two types, sympathetic and parasympathetic. And sympathetic nervous system is the one which activates in the fight or flight mode. However, on the other side, parasympathetic nervous system is the one which gets active during when the system is calming down. So here are the thing that we have to discuss is sympathetic nervous system. So what happens in that? So when sympathetic nervous system turns on, like it gets active, hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis come into control. Adrenaline cortisol hormone is released, and it results in diseases. I will explain it further. So बेटा, कार्डियोवास्कुलर डिजीजेस, हार्ट रिलेटेड इश्यूज हो जाएंगे, गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टिनल डिजीजेस, लोगों को स्टमक रिलेटेड डिजीजेस होते हैं. They feel like whatever they eat, it does not get digested, or they feel bloated, or they feel burning. So all of these stomach related issues. सो रेस्पिरेटरी डिजीजेस भी स्ट्रेस रिलेटेड होती हैं. डर्मेटोलॉजिकल बेटे उनको यानी कि स्किन डिजीज होती हैं, सोराइसिस उनको हो जाता है, जिसमें जो है उनका जो स्किन कंडीशन है इट गेट्स अफेक्टेड. सो न्यूरोलॉजिकल में यही आपका हेडेक्स है, माइग्रेन्स हैं, और क्रॉनिक पेन है, और आपको पता है कि मसल स्टिफनेस होती है लोगों को, दैट इज ऑल्सो बिकॉज ऑफ स्ट्रेस. सो बेटा, I'm coming back to the same thing जो मैंने आपको in the previous slides that I explained कि hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis है क्या, ये वर्क कैसे करता है, how it will get turned on जब आप स्ट्रेस में होते हो. अच्छा बेटे, हाइपोथैलेमस आपको पता है, इट इज लोकेटेड इन द ब्रेन, इट इज जस्ट बिलो द थैलेमस. पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड जो है, इट इज अ स्मॉल ग्लैंड एंड इट इज सिटिंग बिलो द हाइपोथैलेमस. तो और जो एड्रिनल ग्लैंड है ना बेटा, ये जो किडनीज हैं उसके मतलब इन द ट्रायंगुलर शेप, इट इज लोकेटेड ऑन दैट. सो होता क्या है बेटे कि जब स्ट्रेस होता है तो स्टार्ट सब कुछ स्ट्रेस या कोई ऐसी थ्रेटनिंग सिचुएशन है, वो आपका कौन परसीव करता है? हाइपोथैलेमस, योर पार्ट ऑफ ब्रेन. वो फर्दर जो है एक्टिव करता है पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड को. पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड जो है वो एक्टिव हो जाता है, वो एक हार्मोन रिलीज करता है, और फिर फर्दर एड्रिनल ग्लैंड जो है हार्मोन रिलीज करता है. बेटा हाइपोथैलेमस क्या है, कौन सा रिलीज करता है? CRH रिलीज करता है. पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड जो है वो ACTH सिक्रीट करता है, और फर्दर बेटे एड्रिनल ग्लैंड उन दोनों के रिजल्ट के रिस्पॉन्स में एड्रिनल ग्लैंड भी कॉर्टिसोल, जिसको हम स्ट्रेस हार्मोन कहते हैं, वो रिलीज करता है. सो इस तरह से बेटे जब कंटिन्यूसली एक बॉडी जो है एक माइंड अंडर स्ट्रेस रहता है तो ये कंटिन्यूसली चीजें रिलीज होती रहती हैं। कॉर्टिजोल ज्यादा जब एक अमाउंट से ज्यादा रिलीज हो जाता है, वो फिर हेल्थ इश्यूज जो है वो क्रिएट करता है और बॉडी को डैमेज करता है, और बहुत सारे और इश्यूज जो है उसके साथ स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं। सो बेटे इस चैप्टर में इम्पोर्टेंट यही है कि किस तरह से जो साइकोलॉजिकल हमारी हेल्थ है वो हमारी फिजियोलॉजिकल हेल्थ को डैमेज करती है बेटे, रिगार्डलेस ऑफ द फैक्ट what you are doing, where you are living in, how much you earn, और और आपका बाकी चीजें क्या हैं, मतलब it doesn't, मतलब all of these things do matter, लेकिन the thing which matters the most is how you think, how you perceive the world. If you are like living in a very threatening or in a very stressful way कि कुछ हो जाएगा या चीजें आप कमिंग टाइम में अच्छी नहीं होंगी इस तरह से, तो आपकी बॉडी और आपका ब्रेन जो है वो अफेक्ट होगा, और वहां से सारा हाइपोथैलेमस एक्टिवेट होगा, फिर फर्दर पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड, फिर फर्दर एड्रिनल ग्लैंड, और फिर कॉर्टिजोल जो है वो स्ट्रेस हार्मोन जो है वो रिलीज होता है। ठीक है, सो बेटा दिस इज ऑल अबाउट चैप्टर 3. So soon I will like share chapter 4 with you. So if you have any question, so please WhatsApp me or do let me know in the comments. Thank you. So we are going to end the recording.